Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Menteri Katanat Klau James PK Sangma hakasngi baar ulakam hapok ke yang dorbar tauan babaro Dewïong bepenon kam deki Karkhana thang Dewïong lan deki coke factories hakathan ilaka su tengah East Janta Hills udai belawan kit Nabar ke Jylla. Habjubab iki jingkeli belawan rak dewem ka Kongres na maulai ubak PT Saukme halor ke jing persyak kipat ba ka ilaka su tengah ya ke jingdon jengite ki Karkhana James laai ya ke jing batai halor kilat kelenti ba sorkar kleshim persyak iki tu ki Karkhana ki blasutei bian kelem dayo jing ben. Ulai thu bahaduk mentah arhu saut li ki Karkhana thang Dewïong kila syak khang kerdam katba ladaban ICT syaki santli ki weipat bagi dewan khang no kawai ka Karkhana kala trekam wala kala yo hukum man khang no bak sarkar kan selei persyak yakani James lai ka jingkular ba ka sarkar kan maila di kinu ki Karkhana ki batrei kambian henry ulaong ba kamlong ka basyong nong remban khang ki Karkhana thang Dewïong ki bala yo lot ya ki jingbet barok ban trekam katkum ki kendon an.
Sir, I would like to move the zero hour notice on the Rule 49A of the Rule and Procedure and Conduct of Business on the news item which appeared in the newspaper, the Shillong Time, dated the 3rd August 2021, under the caption, Villages to Protest Against the Pollution from the Coke Plant, Sir. Sir, this is a very serious issue, I may say, sir, for the whole of Jant Hill districts. So it may happen that in East Jant Hill district, but as of today, sir, this issue it may affect for the whole of Jant Hill district and also affect for the whole of the state. So this matter, sir, I would like to brought to the house that again, sir, yesterday. It appeared in Unongsan Hima. Thousands of people come to the street to protest of the coke factories. Even the same, sir, that it came out in the Khasi newspaper Maupur. It says that Nyimtip yaka CTE consent to establishment, Nyimtip yaka CTO that's consent to operate, Tangba apo Sansngi Deban Kangdut yaki Karkhana coke apo East Jant Hill. So it was written here that yesterday protests that thousands of people come on the street of shouting a slogan again about the illegal coke factories in the whole of East Jant Hill district, sir. So I am very much concerned for this issue, and I'm sure that the people of East Jant Hills expect that, especially that from the side of the legislators from the Jant Hills, having 7 legislators, with God's grace, they have got an opportunity to be the ministry of them. They expect that they will do something to save the life of the people of the East Jant Hills and the whole Jant Hill district and the state as a whole, sir. So I cannot understand about this issue of the illegal coke factories, sir. This is not the first protest. This is the second protest. The first protest that many have come on the street, along with the local MLA from that area, Mr. Shilang Pali, and others have already came out to oppose of illegal coke factories, sir. Second to that, yesterday again they have a big protest on the street that people have come and shouting slogan against the government of not take a decision to close all the coke factories in the East Jant Hill district, sir. So the demand of the people of Ilaka Sutanga that all the coke factories there and in East Jant Hill district should be closed. They have given a deadline of 5 days. Other than that, so it depends on the people and also the government. So, main important we have to understand, we are here for the people. People have given us a mandate to be MLA, a mandate to be minister, and a mandate to be chief minister. But it is a very sorry to say that sometime after we get an opportunity to be MLA, after we get an opportunity to be the minister or chief minister, we forget about the grievances of the people. Because of that reason, sir, that it make MLAs sometime they got elected only once, sometime they got elected two, because we fail to address the grievances of the people. When we talk about the government, sir, sometimes when we out of power, we talk a lot for the issue of the state, issue of Jaipenriu, and issue of the people that we are facing. But after we are in the power, we feel able to address all this issue. Issue of the issue of coke factories. So I would like, sir, to urge the Honorable Chief Minister and the Cabinet colleague, and especially the Minister who holds the Industries Department, take a decision at the right time. So we are concerned of these coke factories because of the health of the people. So it will affect badly. Some of medical experts, medical fraternity, I have already met with them. They have already said that they cannot come openly, but said that the coke factories there at Ilaka Sutnga may affect the health condition of the people. That is the health condition of the people. So the second to that, sir, it also affect about the drinking water. So I fail to understand that even the drinking water is not a pure drinking water that the people staying there and Ilaka Sutnga are getting to drink of not a pure drinking water. Now, sir, let me take it that way. If the time will come, health condition is not good, water is not pure to drink. Where is the life of the people? What is the point of having well? So actually, this is the time of the COVID-19. The first wave and the second wave, they have taught us so much. What's the point of having a position? What's the point of having wealth? What's the point of having a cash, somewhat of cash? Because we have been experiences, many of the big people, big or small, the COVID-19 pandemic is affect to everyone. So actually, this is the time that we should have a compassion to other, but help to other. But I'm very sorry, sir, to say that the government, the present government, has done a deaf ear to the grievances raised by the people of Ilaka Sutnga. It is a very unfortunate. It seems that the government, this is in democracy. In democracy, sir, like we already experiences, and we saw that there in the border of Delhi, farmers have been organized of the protest more than a year, but government invited, called for roundtable talk from time to time. But sir, I didn't see that the present government is not ready even to talk. They leave this matter with the level of the deputy commissioner. So it seems that they want to shift the responsibility to the deputy commissioner, to the commissioner of East Jylla district. We know that the power and the function of the deputy commissioner, they don't have the capacity of to take any action. But sir, I fail to understand, sir. If it has happened, this incident, if happened here, if it happened in Garulus, or it happens on the Ribhoi, if it happened in the East Castle, I may say that the minister is not known everything, but the minister himself, it is from July. Incidents, issue, it's happened only in Giant Hills. I'm very sorry, sir, and I'm very sorry to say that we didn't pay attention for the grievances of the people. So now I would like to urge the government. I also, along with the 17th Congress, we demand that the coke factories in East Jylla district should be closed once and for all. the message to the Ilaka Sutanga and the people of East Jandhil district, 17 MLA Congress, we are together with them that we would like to see that this issue should be closed once and for all for the benefit of the people. So if it has happened that I'm the minister, so if I have to violate or speaking the fact or even to take a stern action, I have to take, because why? I have been elected, I'm sitting in the chair, I've been minister, I've been chief minister, the mandate of the people. That's why, sir, incident at Molai, I'm with people of Molai, with the voice of people of Molai, because why? I represent for the people of Molai constituency. That's why, sir, we should have the understanding. We should not feel proud. This is my property. The chairs that I'm holding, nobody can take the chair. But I will take, sir. Minister, it is only temporary. We can remove one at a time. Our job is a 5 years job, sir. It is not a permanent job. If it is a permanent job, IS officer, they can act. They can say whatever, because they will remain in service till the end of the years. Even IPS, but myself and yourself, Mr. Chairman, sir, 5 years job. I used to say that it is a contract of the 5 years. If they ain't good, again the renew we will get back. Otherwise, we will no more MLA. The moment we are no more MLA, nobody will recognize. But I invite sir to urge the honourable government, honourable minister, because I know it depends much on him, and also the 7 MLAs from Jandhils. Do something to save for the Jandhils and to save for the people of East Jandhil district. Sir, I would like, sir, again to urge the government. This is a very serious issue, sir. Why I'm bringing this is a very serious issue. Though it happened, this now as of today, print media have carried them in this news. Even the local channels have been carried. Unlucky, we are in the corner of the country. If it is in the city of Delhi, city of Mumbai, city of Chennai, others, this become a big headline long time back. Government of India may issue letter to close. Even the apex court may step in that we should close this factories. The unfortunate, sir, that we are in the corner of the country. That's why nobody cares. This is the important issue. Nobody cares for this important issue. Even the national television. But sir, from our side, we bring this 0-hour notice with a sole intention that the government should do something. How to rescue. So it is a time that the government have to take action. It is a time that the government have to act. So my request to the present government, even to the honourable, especially the minister concerned, do something to save the people of Jandhils and the people of East Jandhil district, Ilaka Sutanga. Though we may be happy because we give employment, but local youth are not getting employment. Though we are happy because economic activities is moving ahead, but it's not up to that extension. Though we are happy because of revenue, but not so much of revenue we are getting from that. Only that people will suffer a lot from their coke factories. Once again, sir, I request the honourable minister concerned, do something, take drastic action, like that the Ilaka Sutanga have also given ultimatum. By 5 days have to close, but we will stand from the Congress party, 17 Congress, we stand the people that whatever the case may be, this coke factory should be closed legally or illegally, or what we have already mentioned. Those who have been getting those who have been received or the consent to establishment or consent to operate, that will be a secondary. The life of the people of the East Jandhils is very important. With this word, Mr. Chairman, sir, I resume my seat, Mr. Speaker, sir.
At the outset, sir, I would like to thank the Honourable Member for Maulai for raising such an important issue before this August House on the news item which appeared in the Shillong Times under the caption "Villagers to protest against pollution from coke plants." Sir, the Honourable Member has raised many points, but before I get to those, I would like to read out to lay the background under which the CTEs and CTOs and how the consent to establish and consent to operate are issued, sir. Sir, as per the EIA notification of 2006, coke plants under category A with production capacity of 250,000 metric tons per annum and above requires environmental clearance from the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. And these coke plants those coke plants under category B, which have a production capacity of 25,000 to 250,000 metric tons per annum, requires environmental clearance from the State Environmental Impact Assessment Authority. Therefore, sir, the coke plants with production capacity of less than 25,000 metric tons per annum does not fall within the regulation of the Environmental Impacts, the EIA notification. All the industrial plants shall require, sir, to obtain consent from the State Pollution Control Board under the provisions of Section 25 and 26 of the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 and Section 21 of the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. Since the coke plants with production capacity of less than 25,000 metric tons per annum does not fall under the purview of EIA notification 2006, where comprehensive environmental impact assessment and environment management plan is mandatory, the board has notified siting norms on the 23rd of December 2020 to control the ambient air quality of the surrounding areas. As per the siting norms, standalone coke plants should operate 1 kilometer away from human habitation, 500 meters from the PWD roads, and 100 meters from rivers, streams, or lakes. A cluster of coke plants defined is when 2 or more units located within a distance of 1 kilometer from each other. A minimum buffer zone of 100 meters in case of stand-alone and 300 meters in case of cluster should be provided around the periphery for green belts. So the single window agency has conveyed in principle approval to 48 coke plants in East Jylla Hills. Projects cleared by SWA shall not be established and operated without NOCs, permissions, clearances from various department agencies. The main permissions are required to be obtained before it can be established and operated are consent to establish and consent to operate. Other conductions imposed while conveying SWA are obtaining all statutory clearances including NOC from Forest Department, fulfillment of all statutory laws in force, procurement of raw material / coal from legal sources only, and submission of undertaking to the effect that coal required for the project shall be procured from legal sources only. So the State Pollution Control Board has granted consent to establish the CTE for 13 coke plants and consent to operate for 9 units in East Jylla Hills. The District Administration and Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board has taken swift action, sir, to close down all coke plants without the valid documents. So the MSPCB has identified 30 numbers of coke plants without consent to establish. Closure notices have been served on these 30 units in East Jylla Hills for violation of Section 25 of the Water Act 1974 and Section 21 of the Air Act 1981. The district administration has issued the order to all coke factories by letter dated 15th July 2021 that only those coke factories with consent to operate are allowed to operate, and those coke factories with consent to establish are allowed only to establish but not to operate, and those coke factories having only SWA are not to operate nor establish. After a physical joint inspection by the district administration along with the Meghalaya Pollution Control Board on the 22nd of July 2021, the district administration issued notice by letter dated 28th of July to all coke plants who have not been given consent to operate within the district to stop operation. However, as and when the coke plants is granted the CTO, that is consent to operate, the same should be intimated to the district administration before they go into commercial production. The members of the Environment Coordination Committee of Ilaka Sutunga held a peace rally, sir, on the 3rd of August 2021 and met the Deputy Commissioner and discussed the matter with him on the non-compliance by the coke plants to the previous order issued by the district administration. The district administration assured to close down all the coke plants having no valid documents and issued the order by letter dated 3rd of August 2021. The members of the Environment Coordination Committee Ilaka Sutunga again met the Deputy Commissioner a week later. The coke plants within the district had failed to comply with the order issued by the district administration. This was informed to the DC. The Deputy Commissioner filed a written First Information Report FIR with the Superintendent of Police of East Jylla Hills District on the violation by the coke plants to the order issued by the district administration via letter dated 17th of August. The Superintendent of Police has registered a total of 7 cases against those coke plants who are alleged to operate without a consent to operate, sir. As of now, only coke plants with CTO are currently operating, and those with CTE are allowed only to heat their furnaces, which is part of the consent to establish, whereas all other coke plants having no CTE nor the CTO have suspended their activities if they have been found to have started construction. As per physical inspection by the Extra Assistant Commissioner, East Jylla Hills District, it was observed and recorded that the coal supply to all the coke plants in the district are being transported from outside the state. At present, the situation is being closely monitored by the district administration. After the closure notices were issued, inspection was carried out by the MSPCB on 27th of August and the 31st of August and also on the 2nd of September. During the inspection, it was found that 24 coke plants were found to be closed down and 1 unit was operating in violation of closure notice. The MSPCB will initiate action against the coke plant for violating closure notice, and case will be registered under the relevant law. 5 coke plants which have been issued closure notices on the 6th of September, verification of closure notices will be done, sir. The Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board has taken several steps to regulate the establishment of coke plants and to control pollution from these coke plants. The chairman of the MSPCB has convened a meeting with State Environmental Impact Assessment Authority and the State Expert Appraisal Committee on the 28th of June 2021. During the meeting, the chairman of the SIA has informed that the matter has been taken up with the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. The ministry in its communication advised the SIA to stick to the provisions of the EIA notification. That is, the EC is required only if the total production capacity of coke units exceed 25,000 metric ton per annum. As such, environmental clearance cannot be imposed on the establishment of coke plants with production capacity below up to 25,000 metric tons per annum. Since there is no provisions to regulate coke plants in the EIA notification 2006, it was decided, sir, in the meeting that citing norms notified by the board should be strictly adhered along with pollution load study of the site on case-by-case basis. Sir, I understand the concerns of the honorable member from Maulai, and I also understand the concerns of the people residing in under Ilaka Sutunga, and I have also personally met them, and I have assured them that the government will function strictly by the law, and if there are such kind of units which are operating illegally without the necessary CTOs, those will be immediately shut down, and therefore, sir, as I have read out, appropriate action has been taken, sir. So I have also held a meeting on the 10th of August 2021 with officials of the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board and the State Expert Appraisal Committee to discuss on issues concerning setting up and functioning of coke plants. It has been decided that the Forest and Environment Department will set up a technical committee comprising of experts to undertake a comprehensive study of aspects related to coke plants in the state and suggest specific recommendations including environment safeguards, measures, public health issues, forest clearances, cluster situation and commissioning of pollution load study. Sir, although I agree to the concerns raised by the honourable member, but for a government to act in a manner whereby we disregard all the permissions that have been given, we disregard the kind of compliances of all these legal coke plants and arbitrarily shut them down, that would be very incorrect for any government to do. Therefore, sir, we have to understand that those coke plants which have taken the necessary permissions are operating with the CTE and CTO. Those coke plants are very much within the legal framework, sir, and are operating within that. Therefore, sir, it would be wrong on the part of anybody to try to close them down when they have taken all the necessary permissions. But let me assure the House, sir, and the honourable member, sir, and the people of Ilaka Sutunga, sir, that any coke unit found to be violating any kind of norms, found to be not having proper documentation, sir, we are in the process and we will continue to keep up that tempo to make sure that such kind of violations are detected and appropriate action is immediately taken, sir. That is an assurance that I want to give to the honourable member, to this House and to the people of Ilaka Sutunga, sir. Sir, I know that the honourable member is very agitated by all this, but let me assure him, sir, that the government is doing everything in its power to ensure, sir, that all norms and all rules and the law is followed to the letter and spirit, sir. And with these words, sir, with these assurances, I now conclude by assuring, sir, this House that any issues on this will be monitored and all efforts will be taken in the right earnest to address this issue. Once again, sir, I thank the honourable member for this 0-hour notice and also to you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to lay out all the facts. So with these words, sir, I